so off the mic, yeah, let me check first, okay, well, I think my book, something wrong with my bookmark already. Can you all check for me, what page did we stop, My page number is wrong already, here is it? Okay,
85, page 85.
Okay, we should start with the
No, it's page 89.
Okay,
85 was
no,
beautiful factors.
No, don't go to the page. It's all as a different. I want to know, am I in the beautiful factor 25? Is this correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that will be fine. Okay, we should start here lah. Okay, so let me see first. Let me do a little bit recap.
Finish already.
The beautiful factor.
Beautiful factor 25 on the 14th of October. The class is on this.
Finished.
Until you have finished until the illimitables.
Let me check first. Okay, wait. Oh yeah, my bookmarks.
I mean, I didn't attend the class, but I go through your YouTube.
Oh, you go to the YouTube. Let me see. Yeah, I think yeah, my bookmark wrong already. Let me check again. Okay, so yeah, I think I finished whole thing already. Abstinence also finished, right?
Finished, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
then,
go down a little bit more. Okay, here, the illimitable.
Yeah. So I should start with the illimitable, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so class, let's take a look. Let me do a little bit of recap. Well, I will recap by going back to our diagram. Let's take a look. We go to the diagram, page 79. I just go through very fast. 79. Okay, let's see. Okay, class, basically, this is very important diagram because we'll go through each cetasika one by one. Class, basically, this is very important for abhidhamma. If you ask how useful abhidhamma basically is in the chapter number 1, number 2. If the people not planning for the whole book study, at least you study chapter 1 and chapter 2, then you will understand your mentality very well. You see, we call ourselves. Buddhism. Sometimes we label as Buddhism psychology is due to the chapter number 1 and chapter number 2. So basically, for each one, we will understand it through the characteristic, the function, the proximate cause. And also, by knowing all this, we will notice that actually, the 89 consciousness and the 52 cetasika, they are all different. And by knowing the proximate cause, we'll try to avoid, especially the unwholesome, so that they won't arise. And by knowing the proximate cause, we know how to make the wholesome to arise. Okay, so yeah, so for example, recently, people always discuss the war between the Palestinians and also Israel. Basically, we noticed that now people take the stand already. We got three ways to choose. Either you may stand for Palestinian, either you choose for Israel, or either you choose to be neutral. Well, basically, in order to make people to fire out the people to stand with the Palestinian, usually, especially politicians or what, they will try to ignore the sympathy happening in the Israel. Then just show, just to, how do I say, to magnify the cruelty, okay, and then how pitiful the Palestinian. This is the way we do. Well, the reason is the proximate cause for the anger is by seeing the shortcoming. Okay, if let's say we keep on seeing the pitiful part of the people of somebody, then your compassion will arise. That's why if you want to stand in the neutral, you have to hear both voices. Israel, Palestinian, both they commit some cruelty for each other. Both also got some reasons behind. If you go through in this way, basically you'll be neutral. Why? Because your proximate cause for the anger, there's no way to arise already. But if let's say we want to fire up the situation to stir it up, especially it's just like a political forum just keep on pinpoint the mistake, the fault, just keep on pinpoint. A lot of mistake and pinpoint if you try to have been pinpoint, then your anger will getting bigger. So that's the proximate cause. So by learning abhidhamma, but nowadays not easy because we go to YouTube, we can see many information already. Unless you are very religion orientated, or you just choose don't want to see it. If like the people like us, we will choose to see, okay, how is the military officer statement from Israel and also from the Palestinian, they will see differently already. So that's why class proximate cause actually for the 52, the Cetasika is very important for us to control how to bring our mind to go to where. So just remember you can use this to analyze every situation nowadays, so that you know how to avoid the conflict, because all the conflict come from the mind, and then by mastering our mind, then we know what to do already. Okay, so this is this is the best case study for the war, especially the Israel and the Palestinian. Okay, so by knowing all this, class, take a look. You see, here basically all we have gone through already. Yes, from the universe 7, occasional, the unwholesome factors, there will be unwholesome universe, unwholesome occasional, then the beautiful factor. We've gone through all the beautiful universe and abstinence. Now we come to the illimitable and the non-delusion. Okay, so class, let's take a look. Now we go to the illimitable. Basically, the illimitable is under what category? Is under this beautiful factor. So now we go through the beautiful factor. But class, remember, for the universe ethically variable and also the unethically variable, meaning to say for all the consciousness you can see there. For example, the cases people just go to shout, they're shouting, say, okay, we want to, how to say, usually the protects, maybe they will say they want to just how to say try to annihilate Israel, something like that. Even though we see the anger only, but basically, let's take a look. There must be some contact, feeling, perception, one-pointedness. If they don't have the one-pointedness, they don't have the volition, they cannot go they can sustain so long for the unwholesome consciousness. And the perception, there must be with the anger one, because perception can be favorable, unfavorable, can be joy and can be sad. Basically here, we put as a, it's a sad even though it's angry, we put here the unfavorable consciousness. Then you take a look, see here, there must be some energy, there must be some desire, because without the energy and the desire, the anger cannot sustain so long and it couldn't be powerful. So remember, in Abhidhamma, we mentioned that usually for one consciousness, there will be a lot of insight to keep it sustained long, and then you can make it, magnify it, and this is how we do how it worked out in the psychology Then class, take a look. You see unwholesome factor. Basically, for all unwholesome, the delusion, shamelessness, fear of the wrong, and restlessness almost present. Just the case just now we say, so now everybody Muslim are so angry with Israel. Basically, for every moment, the consciousness must be consist of the delusion, shamelessness, fearlessness, and restlessness. But of course, for those if you are in the angry, well, basically you don't feel that. You feel good, everybody is angry. Today, the headlines in Sinjua, the boycott the grab food, they feel nothing wrong. But for us, we use Buddhism psychology to analyze. Actually, there are a lot of mental state, something like that is present, you see. So the unwholesome, even though they say they are fighting for the truth, but we see a lot of hatred inside. A lot of hatred inside. And then if let's say you make friend with the Israel, if they stand for Palestinians, they say you prefer, okay, you like my enemy, then you are my enemy. You see or not? So meaning to say the anger will indirectly from spreading already. You see not? It's happening everywhere. Now it's happened in this way. Basically, now the hatred is the stronger part during the war. Okay, so this is how we can see from the present situation. Okay, then now we'll come. So just now mention if you want to become a standpoint to the neutral, let's take a look. If let's say you will go to see the non-hatred, okay, can you check for me the non-hatred number 33? What is the proximate cause of the non-hatred? Class, can you check for me? Non-hatred 33, okay? Non-hatred, yes, 33. What's the proximate cause? Okay. Yeah, Sally, please.
The cause should be
Proximate
lack of
cause. Proximate cause.
proximate cause. Non-opposition. Non-opposition.
Non-opposition.
And then lack of ferocity.
No. Proximate cause, the last one. Okay. Did you get it? Elena Chuntat. I think she got it wrong. Yeah, Chuntat, yes. What is it?
Characteristic cause. Loving kindness, no. Non-hatred is loving kindness, gentleness.
Living kindness, gentleness.
Amenity, friendlessness.
Okay, what is the proximate cause for the non-hatred? Proximate cause. Okay, let me try to search. See. Okay, this is number 33. I try to go to number 33. Okay, 33. Karuna. Oh, here is it. Karuna. Oh, okay. Sorry. Actually, I should come to the compassionate today class. Let me be correct. Okay, class, take a look. Now you see, this is the compassion. You see, class, take a look. You see, this is okay. Maybe we try to go through here. Then we go back to that topic again. Okay, class, can you please? Okay, Sally, can you please read first the illimitable, please?
The illimitables. There are four attitudes towards living beings called the illimitables or immeasurables because they are to be developed towards all living beings and thus have a potentially limitless range. The four illimitable states are loving kindness, metta, compassion, karuna, appreciative joy, mudita, and equanimity, upaka. These four, upeka. These four are also called Brahma Viharas, divine abodes, or sublime states. Although four illimitables are recognized as ideal attitudes towards beings, only two, compassion and appreciative joy, are included as cetasikas under the heading of the illimitables. This is because loving kindness, as we have seen, is a mode of cetasika adosa, non-hatred, and equanimity is a mode of cetasika tantra mahakata, neutrality of mind. Non-hatred does not necessarily manifest as loving kindness. It can appear in other modes as well. But when loving kindness does arise in the mind, it does so as a manifestation of the cetasika non-hatred. A similar relationship holds between the cetasika neutrality of mind and the sublime state of equanimity are impartiality towards living beings. The two illimitables that appear as mental factors in their own right, not as manifestation of other mental factors, are compassion and appreciative joy. whereas non-hatred and mental neutrality, the factors underlining loving kindness and equanimity, are present in all beautiful chittas. These two are present only on occasions when their functions are individually exercised.
Please, compassion.
Compassion, karuna, or compassion, has the characteristics of promoting the removal of suffering in others. Its function is not being able to bear others' suffering. It is manifested as non-cruelty. Its proximate cause is seeing helplessness in those overwhelmed by suffering. It succeeds when it causes cruelty to subside, and it fails when it produces sorrow. Appreciative joy, mudita, or appreciative joy, has the characteristics of gladness at the success of others. Its function is being unenvious in others' success. It is manifested as the elimination of aversion. Its approximate cause is seeing the success of others. It succeeds when it causes aversion to subside and fails when it produces merriment.
Okay, thank you so much. Digest this paragraph.
Sorry, Shifu, can you make it a bit bigger?
A bigger, oh yeah, sure.
Little bit bigger.
Okay. You're using handphone for the lecturing, oh, okay, for the class, using handphone. Oh. Elimination of aversion. Seri, Tama, please, once you finish. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Let's take a look. Just now, we'd like to mention is regarding this compassionate. Let's take a look. You see, compassionate is that proximate cause is seeing the helplessness in those overwhelmed by the suffering. You see, nowadays, once we talk about the war between the the Israel and also the Hamas, mostly people they feel compassionate over the victims, especially the children and the woman. So why? The reason is because let me see. I should put victims. But maybe there might be some picture which is distressing. Now this is the victim. Let's take a look. You see, mostly people they are very compassionate. It's over all the victims. So I remember during this will be one interview they mentioned because Israel cut off the supply of the petroleum, you see, then the whole Gaza will shortage of the power. Then especially one hospital they need the petroleum to running at the ICU. So the doctor through the interview, the doctor, I think the people in charge mentioned, if the really 12 hour after 12 hours no more electricity supply, then the whole hospital will turn out become the graveyard, because ICU everybody need electricity to run the ventilator. So the whole everybody all will die out, become the graveyard. So once we hear this type of news, it's easy for us to come up with a compassionate. I see not class. Because we are those of, those are overwhelmed by the suffering. So this is how, if you want to create the compassion, so we always to watch the information that relates to the suffering, and then we will have a compassionate, easy to arise. So this is how it happened. But at the same time, you see, there will be one is called appreciative joy, is the gladness at the success of other. Okay, well, this happened now because the elimination of the aversion. If you watch the news, there's one channel I like it a lot. Is the name is of 4 News. 4 News. This 4 News, why channel 4 News, why I like it a lot. The reason is I don't know how come they are so efficient and so powerful. You see, they are able to interview in the beginning of the war. They are able to interview the military officer from Israel, direct Zoom interview. Then after interview, they ask the question directly: why you cause so many people die? Then they start the interview. Interact each other. Then later on, they change to other people come. It's the military officer from the Hamas. They're so powerful, can get the figure come out. Then you try to ask back the question, why you go to kill 1,000 people from the Israel? Then force them to answer. Then later on, they are able to connect one of the the civilian who stays in Israel. Ask them, what happening? How do you feel? Because Hamas keep on bombing them. Then later on, they change another one. The guy, it's the Palestinian who stay in the Gaza. Stand and say, how do you feel? Okay, you feel angry. So how about Israel people? The children die there. Is this the children as you feel as the same? They ask a lot of difficult questions to make them to put them in the situation. See, so it's a very good channel. I like it a lot. Because we were able to hear the information from the both sides, then you have a different view or point already. Then here I noticed one thing is what, let's take a look, especially we see the appreciative joy. If you follow the news, we notice that recently Israel, the military, the officer, they are very happy. Happy in what? Because when they bomb the hospital, they say, because within the civilian, the Hamas, the high figure of Hamas, they hide themselves in the hospital, in the refugee camp, and within the civilian. So they say we are managed to kill the Hamas officer. They bombed the hospital. Then you see they feel joy, during the interview they said, we're happy. Why? Because we're able to destroy it. But from the world of the whole world, we see you are bombing to the hospital. A lot of people die, So you see, that's a different perspective already. For them, during interview, they say we are happy because our whole purpose just for retaliation, because 1,000 Israel have been died already. So we want to destroy Hamas is the only purpose. So they feel happy. During the interview, they mentioned that. But the whole world now start to boycott Israel already. A lot of country just they want to withdraw the envoy out, ambassador, no one want to stay there. So class, you see, from here we notice that meaning to say that when the perspective are different, and also when you have a different the proximate cause, then we come up with a different feeling already, even though same as the war, but different already. See or not, class. So that's why we can in order to avoid the feeling, you can choose how you feel by choosing the proximate cause. And one more point, if you prefer neutral, class, take a look for this cetasika, the neutrality of the mind. Can you check it out for me? What is the proximate cause of the neutrality of the mind? Can you check it out for me? Neutrality of the mind. Neutrality of the mind. What's the proximate cause? Yeah, class, I got it ready. Let's take a look. Here is the neutrality of the mind. Okay, here is it. Okay, the neutrality of the mind is here. A characteristic here, the function, and then let's see. We look at the neutrality of the mind. Manifestation is neutrality. Then you see approximate cause. This shouldn't be confused with the near enemy. Okay, it seems I see a class, as such, it treats being free from discrimination without preferences, prejudice, looking upon as an equal. Okay, how do we achieve this class? Basically, we try to understand that all the beings are having their own karma. This is how to produce the neutrality mind, especially for the parents, the attitude parents to their children. They always love their children, even though the children age 80, the age 100, for them, they still is the children. Very hard to let them go. So sometimes our neutrality mind can help us, not us, help you, you got children. Because if you try to figure out, oh, this is their own karma, they have their own karma one, so then you can detach a little bit. So this is how the Abhidhamma here mentioned. You think about the neutrality, think about all they have their own karma. It's the same class. If let's say for this issue the war, both a lot of suffering. You watch too many, you start to feel sad already. It's good for us to think about they have their own karma. Then we won't be over attached, we won't be over emotional regards this type of issue. So some they just want to watch all this type of news because every day just tell you how many people die, all this thing only. Or every day is the distressful video clip come out only, see. So some people, they don't want to watch again, but if you want to watch, then you have to always think about, especially the neutrality. But anyway, once we want to mention the neutrality, everything because of the karma. So remember, for official announcement, we can't use this. Because some people will say you're very cruel, or wow. Everybody got their own karma, cannot. So basically, official announcement will say, oh, we feel so sorry, we'll feel sorrow, we are together with them, something like that. So always remember, the neutrality just be used by ourselves, not for official announcement. So class, you see, by knowing all this, you can just to arrange how you how your attitude toward one issue. I remember very well, those days, Prime Minister announced and said, we want to back the Palestinian. You see, they always oppressed. He mentioned so many things, but he would try to, purposely to admit that actually Hamas killed 1,000 people in Israel, thereby raped and also amputated. Because it's the news I get from the Israel officer there. But you see, they will have to purposely to admit so that the fire can come out. See or not? So meaning to say that you want to choose neutrality, have to hear the information from the both sides. If you don't hear the both sides, just for one side, the aversion, keep on to pinpoint, they will be fried up already. So class, this is a few cetasika. Once we master already, then we want to avoid the anger. Recently also, they got one video clip. I don't know whether you watch it or not. People will try to present to me. And some Buddhists also feel angry when they watch this. You see, let me show you this. It's regard this issue. 青云亭 安心 安心 出家人 regards some monk they run the repentance ceremony, they look like dancing oh yeah, see this video clip let me see first news image this so there will be one video clip. They are just running this type of ceremony, but just like dancing just 1 week ago, very hot, especially in Mahayana Buddhist. They say, well, how come monk dancing something like that? It looks very awkward So they want to show me. Some people feel very angry because they notice that, well, how come this type of very bad deportment just let it play let it happen in this way. Some Buddhists, some out of they want to protect Dharma so they feel very sad seeing the monk dancing something like that. So they have a debate a few people debate there will be two standpoint. One they mentioned that all this if they check from the Nikaya or the Abhidhamma, this is something very unnecessary and very no deportment, will make people lost their faith. So they are encouraged to abolish all this type of thing. Maybe including saying what are you doing during our Mahayana chantings, Chinese style culture element, all this. They prefer to eliminate because they see very ugly, and this is a group of people easy to have anger because they see the mistake but they think they are in the right side. They have to know right and wrong. There must be the black and white. So this is the black. Then the other side, they are more conservative. So they are more consist from the Chinese monk. They say, well, this is partial of the culture. So they all do this dancing, just want to make the people surrounding them just to please them. Then finally, let them to come to the Buddhism. So this is their point of defense. They try to defend the culture. So they have the conversation. I don't know what's the outcome, but here I noticed that basically, if let's say people they prefer give me the video clip and ask me, how do you see this type of thing? And then some monk, especially the Japanese monk, they are singing on the stage. Japanese monk, Mahayanese monk, some they're singing, just really sing the whole song, even though it's a hymn singing, but in a modern way. For the very conservative, they cannot withstand. Especially they emphasize original Buddhism. They really feel angry by seeing all these monk who singing or something like that. It's really break the precept, all this type of stuff. You see another class, it's the same only. If let's say you keep on to see this type of thing, for me, if I want to keep on pinpoint this type of mistake using the Nikaya Abhidhamma to compare, well, then really can feel angry easily. So how to avoid, but we still know what is right or wrong. Basically, well, number one, we try to avoid to see this. If people ask us to see all this, basically we'll comment. Actually, sometimes we can use a more humorous way. The reason is because all these things, there must be some culture involved. But of course, In the beginning, the intention is good, but later on, the intention will gone one, you know. Monk keep on doing the chanting, they start to, put more Chinese culture inside, then the department will gone. It is true, but in order to avoid angry, we try just, in mentality, we try to be considerate. Okay, we try to consider it, we try to understand them, and then of course we know that once we try to be considerate, then not easy to feel angry already. But if let's say you give me the ticket we don't want to go to support to watch the show or not, my answer is no . I prefer pass the ticket to Elena for the first row. Elena, remember shout for encore. I will do in this way. The reason is if we don't handle in this way we'll keep on angry only. Those days there will be some Buddha with a muscle. They send me the picture again, you know. People are so easy to feel angry, you know. Do you see this in Facebook? Buddha in the gym with the muscle. See this type of stuff. A Buddha in gym with the muscle. See or not? You see or not? Shakyamuni. Let me show you. There's a picture, just a Shakyamuni, you know. They are in the. Let me see. This one, something like that, they're using Buddha statue, use AI, so Buddha become a baksu. It's a gym guy already. You see, a Buddha statue, something like that, Let's see, where is it? Now this is the Buddha, you see. Not this. There's one set of the picture. Is the Buddha statue, in gym, and with the muscle. I cannot Google it out, just something like that so the people ask me, what's the opinion? I say, great. Preferably ask my chair and go so that the belly no more. Because we can't control. Am I right? We can't control the whole thing. So we just change attitude, just be humorous. Then the thing will gone if it's not acceptable by the public, finally it will gone that's all only what for? You just keep on. A lot of. Try to avoid. If you try to comment a lot if you just be careful our anger element. Yes, Elena want to say something. Yeah.
Therefore, the Buddhist Association didn't patent Buddha's image.
No lah. You cannot patent it lah. Nowadays AI can do many things already Now the whole world they don't know how to handle the AI issue because AI copy anything can do anything So maybe another 10 years for the draft of the amendment. Elena, actually you are coming out a very good issue now in the international AI conference recently held. They talk about this issue because through AI writing the play screen a lot of play screen writer they got unemployed already because they just copy everything inside in a very short time, you see. So a lot of people unemployed due to the AI, including the artists, because they can just borrow a bit here and there, bit and there, come up with new things, and this is very sophisticated and very nice, you see. So Elena, we are waiting see now the AI conferences how they come up. So they want to control the AI already. It starts. China is the main. Is the main one, and the Europe they start to come up with an amendment. They say once the thing done by the AI you must have some a watermark there. This is the AI production to differentiate which one's AI, which one's a man-made, man creation.
Luckily, I have retired. Luckily, I have
Luckily, you
retired.
retire, yeah. But anyway, for me, every day there will be new thing come. They'll ask me to comment. See, so what's your opinion? Buddha with the gym. Every day with many new things. People very creative. So this is what's happening. So anyway, we try to avoid the angry. So we will try to know by knowing the abhidhamma to control ourselves. This is how we can use abhidhamma in nowadays. Okay, so now we continue. After this, this is the appreciative joy. So appreciative joy basically is the gladness and the success of others. So people's success, we feel happy. People's success, we feel happy. That is the appreciative joy. But it feels when it produces merriment. So class, merriment is very important word. Let's try to see what's the meaning of the merriment. Okay. Grateful and the fun. Okay. Yeah. What?
Fasi, so we call it Fasi, right?
Fasi? No. This is not fasi.
Not really.
Okay, Junta, you see how this merriment, it feels when it produce merriment, meaning to say this is a different with appreciative joy. We see people's success, that is appreciative joy. You see or not?
Appreciative joy is 随喜.
So you see, but the merriment is the bad one. For example, now, for example, Israel, they feel very happy because they bombard the hospital and the Hamas officer died.
Oh,
So that we call it as merriment. It's a merriment. It
they
just
enjoy when doing something that is
I mean, this is a mixture because for them, the Hamas, for the Israel, they just want the Hamas die only, officer die only. But they die together with a whole bunch of people, you see. So they feel joy. That's what we call it as a merriment. Because everybody is sad, wow, many people die, you see. So class, this is a good example of a merriment. The Israel happy for the die of an officer, but a big group people die together with the Hamas officer. See, so this we call it as a merriment. See in English, I say let's see English merriment, a lively celebration of party festivity, a light-heart gaiety of fun making. I can't tell my English is not my English cannot tell the difference with the merriment and appreciative joy. Do you use merriment in the best to describe the best circumstances? Is this the bad one, merriment? You know English very well. Yeah, Chunta. Yes.
actually merriment. Just that he didn't define whether it's something good or bad. Instead, they are very happy.
Very
enjoy
happy.
doing, enjoy doing that the certain things.
Meaning to say you use it there's no good and bad Okay, okay. But here it's considered bad one. You are not supposed to appreciate. You're not supposed to be to feel the joy, but you feel the joy. That is a merriment. Okay, so example we use the Israel cases. Okay, okay. So we finished already. Let's go back to the next. It's a non-delusion moha. Elena, can you please read the passage? Please. Elena, before you continue, you haven't on the mic yet. I forgot something. Let's take a look. You see, here we highlight there are a few things. Once we talk about illimitable, actually there should be 4 elements there. Okay, 4 elements for illimitable because it's a 慈悲喜舍. Why we call it illimitable? Because during the meditation, in order to achieve the 4 illimitable, you have to visualize the whole, all the living being all together unite together with you. So remember, why we call it illimitable? Because the living being in the whole earth is illimit. So in order to success for the illimitable, finally, you must be go into the 4th jhana to make all the living beings unite together with you. So that's why we call it as an illimitable class. See or not? You see, all living beings does have a potentiality limitless range. Then it involves 4, which is a metta, karuna, mudita, upekka. But here we just see 2 only, compassionate and appreciative joy. Why? Because class in the loving kindness, the metta, we refer to the number 33, non-hatred. Meaning to say that in abhidhamma, let me enlarge it. Number 33. Non-hatred in abhidhamma is considered as the loving kindness here. So it doesn't, they don't repeat it already. So we call it living kindness is a non-hatred. So basically, if the people non-hatred, meaning to say they are in the loving kindness. This is the assumption we make. Somebody in non-hatred, they are in the loving kindness. This is the number 1. Why we'll see 2 only. Then class regarding the equanimity. Equanimity also we don't see here. Why? Here got 1 and 2 only. The reason is equanimity is categorized under the 34 neutrality of the mind. This is the final stage for the 4th jhana. Because class once you are in the number 1, you are in the metta. Basically, in the metta, the level cannot go very far. Just maybe until to the first jhana only. This one, you see, the living kindness, you are doing the living kindness. Basically, living kindness means what? You always see the good point for somebody. Okay, and then usually during the practice of metta bhavana, they were using the sentence. They were using may you be well, may you be joy, may you be happy, may you free from suffering. They will keep on mentioning all this type of sentence. Then usually they begin from themselves first. Because if you're not happy, how can you wish other people happy? So once you success, you have to choose somebody. Then they keep on, wishing them, sending the metta. Once you send the metta success, you must be having the image. Then the image will cover with the joy. So from here, you can continue with the, appreciative joy. You can go to the mudita, the compassionate. So lastly, you go is the neutrality. It's the last one you go to the neutrality, because no matter how good you are in the loving kindness, compassion, appreciative joy, if you don't transfer to neutrality, you cannot achieve to the fourth jhana. So that's why we call it as illimitable. The last one is the most important one. Okay. So class, do you get it? So if you go to join the meditation class, you have to practice 4 of them together. But the first one must be successful in the first place. Okay, so this is why the mention here. So you see, class, here they say loving kindness is a non-hatred, you see. Equanimity is the mode of what? Neutrality is mentioning here. But he say sometimes non-hatred doesn't necessarily manifest as the loving kindness. Of course, some they just demonstrate as a non-hatred only. It might not be loving kindness, but if you are in the loving kindness, quite for sure you are under non-hatred. Class, you see, not if you are in the loving kindness, we will categorize you under non-hatred. If you are in the neutrality of mind, then you are categorized under the sublime state of equanimity. So that's why here the 4 illimitable end up with 2 only. This is the reason here. Okay. So class, do you get it? Basically, this one, 4 illimitable is very common and popular meditation method throughout the whole, especially in Theravada. The reason is for laymen now, especially you all, once you open your eyes, you see people already. From your family member, you go to the community, a lot of people. Even though you retire, sadly, you go to the temple, even more people, you see. So that's why, because you cannot get away from the people, this one 4 illimitable is the best, because the object's always with the people. If you do anapanasati, or maybe chunta, you doing the mantra, basically, if you do very well, you will create the sense of isolation. You feel you want to isolate it, you do to talk a lot, you see. But sadly, how can you not talking? You encounter a whole group of people, especially the monk, a lot of people. So that's why sometimes they cannot work with the anapanasati. You have to use the metta bhavana. So your object always with the people. Then from the people, you can show the living kindness. You can show the compassionate. Then they also feel very well. Then the interaction will be very good. So this 4 illimitable is so important for laymen, and if for a monk, we always encounter a lot of people. This is the best method. Okay, then, but sadly, I think even though temple a lot of people, you don't prefer to talk, right? You just in the kitchen, cook, something like that, right? So you don't need to do the metta bhavana. You just do your anapanasati, right?
No, mostly I'm in front. I don't do the cooking.
Oh, you in front. You have to encounter with the public.
Yes.
So you do
But
metta.
I don't talk a lot also.
Even though you don't talk, people can feel if you send out the metta loving kindness. This one is through the feeling one. People that see you, they will like you, because this is the metta is indirectly people feel it. No need to talk one. Okay, so anyway, sadly sometimes when you're in front with the public, you can try to choose to wish them well, wish them happy. They can feel one. Then they will reciprocally treat you with the metta. It's the same if you send them the hostility, they will reciprocally send back the hostility to you. It's what happening in Israel and Hamas. They keep on sending the hostility and the cruelty to each other. You know, just keep on even bigger the fire. I think Buddha still is the wise people. We say retaliation cannot solve the problem. Even 911, American actually they admit the mistake already. They say it's wrong already. We go to evade the whole Afghanistan due to the 911. Finally, after 20 years, they know this is the wrong way because you cannot finish the thing. Because even though the Al-Qaeda all die already, another Taliban come out. Because it's a mind problem. You go to if you don't go to brainwash and educate them, so this group die, another group people come then you kill many people, a lot of hatred come up. You see or not? So they won't forgive you. Then finally, the whole America they go back already. They say, it's not a good way to evade Afghanistan to settle the problem. You cannot solve the problem. So I think hopefully we all learn the lesson from all this. Aversion really cannot solve the problem. Okay, so from here what we see compassionate, appreciative joy. Now we come to the panya. So Elena, can you please read the passage? Non-delusion.
Sorry, give me a moment. I'm adjusting the volume.
No problem. Yeah, take your time. Okay.
Okay, non-delusion. Together with the faculty of wisdom, these 25 in all are to be understood as beautiful mental factors. The wisdom faculty, pana is wisdom, or knowing things as they really are. It is here called a faculty because it exercises predominance in comprehending things as they really are. In the Abhidhamma, the three terms, wisdom, pana, knowledge, nana, and non-delusion, amoha, are used synonymously. Wisdom has the characteristic of penetrating things according to their intrinsic value. Its function is to illuminate the objective field like a lamp. It is manifested as non-development. Its proximate cause is wise attention.
Okay, finish already. Yeah. Okay, last but not least, Elena, can I ask you in English, is the difference between the wisdom, knowledge, non-delusion, is this quite same in English? According to the English dictionary, how do you feel, Elena, in English?
How to what? Sorry?
The difference is just much difference between the wisdom, knowledge, and non-delusion, all these three words in English. Don't know how to answer, right? Okay, I see. Class, usually, sometimes people they have a good bargaining power. We will say, hey, you have very good bargaining power. And sometimes people very analytical mind, then come up with a good view. We say, yeah, you are very smart, or you are very wisdom, right? Not usually, we just use it up, we don't have a very clear definition. In Abhidhamma, there is a very clear definition. Why all the English words is different? Because if we go back to the Sanskrit and Pali, they are different by themselves. Class, you see, panya jnana and amoha. But they said they use synonymously. But basically, actually, they are a little bit different. Jnana is the mature wisdom. Panya is the immature wisdom. From the immature to the mature jnana, usually, like for example, nibbana, we will use as a jnana. If you're doing the vipassana, we are using the word as a panya. For example, if you are doing the vipassana, so that's why we say, if the proximate cause is the wise attention, uniso manaskara, meaning to say that you are practicing is the panya. How to do that? Class, you see, here it mentioned, penetrating the intrinsic nature. What is the intrinsic nature? That is the anicca, dukkha, anatta. Of what? Mentality and the materiality. So class, in order to see, to penetrate, you must got the jhana in the first place. And you must got the nimitta. Once the nimitta very strong, the light come out, you will direct your light to analyze your body and the mind. And from the whole, the big one, the compactment, from the mentality and maturity, you try to analyze it. You try to break it to the small particle. So when you break it to the small particle, from the small particle, you try to analyze what is the proximate cause, the characteristic for each other. Okay, by knowing all this, then you see them. The nature of the rise and fall, rise and fall. That what we call as vipassana. So this is not in the daily life. Because you have to be sitting with the good jhana, then you can see things in a microscopically. You can only see things. Without a strong jhana, how can you do that? And with a strong jhana, you are able to freeze the time and the space. So once the time and space freeze already, then you are able to see the klapa or the small particle mentality or materiality. They will be frozen and let you watch them. Oh, you can see what is the characteristic, like what we learned abhidhamma in the previous chapter. So when you're able to analyze it already, then you go to the next stage, you will see their rise and fall, rise and fall. That is the intrinsic nature. So we are using example, the lamp as an example. So this type of abhidhamma, because they want to see things microscopically, impossible in the daily life. You must be attain a good jhana then to see the thing. But I like it a lot. Because it will tell you, because the way I say, since we cannot see this type of intrinsic nature, we are all in the avijja. Avijja meaning to say that we are always in darkness. We are always in darkness. But by inculcating, the nimitta, the strong nimitta, you're using your light nimitta to go to observe your mentality, materiality, then you are from the avijja to the vijja. So I like it a lot. So that's why a nimitta is very important, class. You try to meditate. Once you get a nimitta, you're using this light to penetrate the whole body, the nama and the rupa. Then once you realize that actually the cell is illusion now, actually it is something doesn't exist. But just due to our delusion, we think that it is exists. Then our greedy hatred and the illusion and the delusion we start to diminishing. You will attach a lot. Just for example, we see things beautiful, right? Like the car, Rolls Royce. We see a man, woman, we see very beautiful. But if you try to analyze it, you try to magnify the eye, the skin, then look ugly already. That we call it as an intrinsic nature. Okay, so you got time, you got time, you should try to meditate. After your mantra, you can inculcate the samadhi, you can use it to do the vipassana, but you have to go other place to look for a teacher. The most mantra can go is to inculcate the samadhi only. But the samadhi, how to from the but it can helps you using the samadhi to produce the nimitta, and from the nimitta do the vipassana. Just the mantra chanting itself, it wouldn't happen in all this. It wouldn't happen automatically. You have to look for.
So we are having this what they call class for meditation. This Taiwan Sifu, who is giving us talk on this what they call 孔雀明王法门 one. He's giving us 2 months every week Tuesday here.
Yeah, okay. I don't know where. Okay, you just try to see lah. Is he teaching the same thing like abhidhamma? If you prefer the abhidhamma way of the vipassana, you have to look for it lah. Okay. This is how you go to further your study.
He's using the breathing one, breathing method, Anapasati.
No. This is not the breathing only. Now is when you success in the jhana, you have to use the light of nimitta to observe your body, your mentality, and the materiality. That's a different thing already. This method is more common is in the Myanmar, the Burmese monk.
Vipassana.
Part of Seattle, they can do it very well. So because some of you already have a nimitta, but please proceed over that lah. I just introduce you all through our abhidhamma classes.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we go to the next one. Then from the Panya, now we come to the summary. Okay, we ignore it. Now we go to the association of the mental factor. Okay, there will be two parts. One we call it as an association. Another part we call it as what? Let me see first. Class, this is the compendium of a mental factor. Okay, see. Well, once we talk about the association, let me check first. Unwholesome. This is two part. Wait. A combination, association and the combination. Okay, class, once we talk about association combination, if you remember it during the first lesson, we will ask people to suggest a few drinks, Milo, okay, lime juice, Ovaltine, and the coffee. Do you remember? They will try to analyze each drink. What is the combination, right? So for each drink, we try to analyze it. So that is to be called as a combination. So later on, one chitta by one chitta, we try to analyze the combination. See, then from the combination, we go to the what let's see, I forgot English. From the from the combination, we will go to this. We call it as association. Yeah, association. Association meaning to say that okay, water. So you try to find out water is available in which one of the drink. Then the sugar, okay, it is available in what part of the drink. So this is how we're going to go through lah. Well, you feel maybe a little bit taxing and very tired because it's very complicated. The things it comes because now it's the 89 versus 52. You know, not just the Milo tea, 5 drinks only, and each one the combination maybe just water, sugar, all this very simple, right? But here is 89 versus 52. You know. Okay. Anyway, okay. We try a few. See, you feel you like it or not. But I can tell you this combination and association is very emphasized, even though in Savastiwada Abhidhamma, in the Mahayana, they're also very emphasized. But if you neglect it, if you ignore it, you can't learn in other places. From Diamond Sutra, Pumanvi, all this, you will never learn this from there. So we try, and then the most important, we ignore the calculation. You don't need to calculate very accurately. You just know the basic principle. For example, how come the water is important for all the drinks? How come the drink, some sugar is available, some is not available? So we try to know the reason behind why some is present, some is not present. Okay, so this is the attitude. We go through the association. Okay, so class, let's take a look. Now we come to the association of the mental factor. Chuntat, can you go through the passage in the following? On the mic, please, Chuntat.
In the following, we will explain in the appropriate ways the associations of each of these mental agents with the different states of consciousness. 7 are linked with every types of consciousness. The occasionals are linked in the appropriate ways. 14 are linked only with the unwholesome types, and the beautiful factors only with the beautiful types of consciousness.
Please continue. The ethically variable factor 7.
Where is it?
Just here the analysis 11.
Okay, analysis. I read the English version. In what way, right?
Let me check first. This is diagram, right? So we just come from the diagram in that way here. We continue here. In the first place, yes.
Okay, in what way?
Okay.
In what way? In the first place, the 7 universal mental factors are found in all the 89 types of consciousness. Among the particular mental factors, initial applications arises in 55 types of consciousness. In all types of sense sphere consciousness, except the 2 sets of 5-fold sense consciousness, and also in the 11 types of first jhana consciousness. Sustained application arises in 66 types of consciousness in those 55 and in the 11 types of second jhana consciousness. Decision arises in all types of consciousness, excluding the 2 sets of 5-fold sense consciousness, and consciousness accompanied by doubts. Energy arises in all types of consciousness, excluding the 5 sense door everything consciousness. The 2 sets of 5-fold sense consciousness, receiving consciousness and investigating consciousness. Zest arises in all types of consciousness, excluding those accompanied by displeasure and equanimity, body consciousness, and the 4th jhana consciousness. Desire arises in all types of consciousness, excluding the rootless and the 2 types of consciousness accompanied by delusion.
Yeah, please continue. Initial application.
Okay. Initial application, the 2 sets of 5-fold sense consciousness, being the most rudimentary types of chittas, do not contain any cetasikas with more complex functions to perform than the 7 universal mental factors. Vitaka is excluded from these chittas because of their elementary nature and from all sublime and supra-mundane chittas above the level of the 5th jhana because it has been overcome by meditative development. On the 11 types of first jhana consciousness, sustained application is present in the 2nd jhana consciousness but is excluded from all higher jhanas. Decision is excluded from the doubting consciousness because a decision cannot be made while the mind is obstructed by doubts. Energy is excluded from the 5 doors everything consciousness, the 2 kinds of receiving consciousness and the 3 kinds of investigating consciousness, because these chittas are still of a relatively weak and passive nature. Zest is always accompanied by joyful feelings, but the chittas of the 4th jhana contain joyful feeling without zest. Desire here is desire to act, to achieve a purpose, and the 2 chittas rooted in delusions are so dense that they exclude purposeful actions.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay.
So we try to digest. The mostly is the guide lah. Chuntat, you don't have this part of the notes.
What notes is it?
This part. What
Yeah,
you're just reading.
Yeah, I have.
You have. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, finish, Sally. Come up. Yes, okay. Okay, let's come class. How are we going to use how are we going to use all this? So basically, we have to take a look to the diagrams together with all this stuff. Okay. Let me see the easiest way to go through this. This of the table. Okay. In the chapter 2, class, take a look. This is a combination of the mental factor 101. Let me try to go through the diagram first. 101. 101. Okay. So class, take a look. This is the diagram. This of the table. Please come to the list of the table. This is the combination of the mental factor. Okay, 101. Okay, okay. Let's show first. How are we going to use the table? You see, from this column number 1, plus we are able to see the chitta, right? It begins with the supramande. See or not? Okay. Then we come to the sublime. Okay. Sublime. Okay. Supramande we're able to see is, you see, first, second, third, fourth, fifth jhana, right? Because with the different jhana, we're able to achieve the supramandit state. Then from the sublime, class, take a look. Okay, are you with me? Table 2.3. Do you get it? The table? Got it. So class, take a look. Okay, this is the beautiful one. So the beautiful, we know that it is a wholesome, resultant, and a functional. Okay, so this is in the sensuous one. Then, class, again, we take a look to the unwholesome, meaning to say it had been recategorized already. Okay, then from here we come to the rootless. Okay, so this is the diagram. It come in a different way. Then from the column, then let's take a look. We come to we take a look to the vertical. You see, in vertical, there will be the number. This is a number, is a number of the cetasika, number 8. How many cetasika inside all this? You see, here is the cetasika. Plus, you see, this is the total of the cetasika. Okay, meaning to say that in supramande, first jhana, there will be total 36 cetasika out of 52. Okay, so that is the meaning here, 36 with a different numbering. Okay, okay, so class, from here, okay, from the class, can you try to observe what is, do you observe anything from the total cetasika in this line? Can you try to observe and tell me, do you notice anything here? Class, this 2, 3, 4, I think is wrong. There's no 2, I think. Just 34, 33, 33. Okay. Can you try to do a little bit observation in the numbering here? Yes, Elena, do you observe anything from the numbering here? There's a trend within the numbering.
It goes down.
Okay. Do you see which group of the number is very less and which group of the number is very much?
The 30-something one keep repeating.
Okay, yes, okay. Then usually, which type of the chitta have a 30-something? 30 something meaning to say quite a big number of the cetasika of a combination. So what are they? What category are they? Yeah, Sally.
Supramundane.
Yeah, supramundane, and then
Sublime.
beautiful, right? So meaning to say that the group with all these supramundane, sublime, and beautiful, they will possess 30 something of the cetasika out of 52. So it's a big number. So from here we know that meaning to say this type of citta should be very powerful. Indeed, they are powerful, right? Not supramundane powerful, sublime powerful, and the beautiful citta, they are powerful. So meaning to say that with the few numbering is what? This group, right? They are under what? Rootless, right? Elena is not rootless. So meaning to say that rootless is the citta with the with the smallest number lah. Rootless citta. If the citta with the smaller number, meaning to say that it shouldn't be strong compared with all this. You see, we notice that. And in the middle is the unwholesome. So in the unwholesome is from 19 to 20 something. But the unwholesome, we know that great hatred and the delusion can bring us, can lead us to the three woeful state, even though the number is less than that. The reason is because the greed, the hate, and the delusion, with the intention there, the cetasika there, they're still powerful to bring us to the three woeful state. So this is basically from the number, we get something already. Then we come back to here to this cetasika. So you see class here, the supramundane first jhana, it possess, you see, you hear 1 to 13. Okay, 1 to 13. How are we going to understand 1 to 13? So let me show you how to read the diagram. Okay, so this is the association here, ethically variable. Okay, tables 2.2. I think class, I go to the wrong table. Class, sorry. I think I go to the wrong table. I should come with this table first. Sorry, class. Can you please come to this table 2.2? Association of the mental factor in the first place. This diagram is not as good as the Chinese one. Okay, never mind. So class, you see how you come to the table 2.2. Here we know the cetasika, it begins with the universe. So we are able to see all citta will have the universe. All the universe is available. We can check it out in all the citta, the universe. The universe is the 7 universe. Class, take a look here. We come back to this. 7 universe is this. List of the table, 2.1. Okay, we come to 2.1. 2.1 is the page 79. So this is the page 79. Okay, class, take a look. So meaning to say that the universe is all this. 7. So all 7, meaning to say that all these 7, all the universe citta, all the universe is available in all citta, either 89 and 121. Do you remember 89, 121? Okay, meaning to say all 89 citta, you will see the universe 7. So this is, we pass through first. Do you remember why 89 turned out to become 121? Can you remember or not? Sally, do you remember? I don't remember. Okay, if you don't remember, I don't repeat. We proceed, meaning to say it's meaningless. So I go back again. Why? Because abhidhamma is very sophisticated and a lot of details. If you don't keep on repeating, you cannot get the point. So let me show you how come 89 become 121. Class, remember from, okay, how should I go back? So never mind, we just go slowly. So I try to explain how come 89 become 121 in the first place. So we go back to we have to go back to chapter number 1 class. So we have to go back to chapter number 1. Okay, chapter number 1, please take a look, chapter number 1. In chapter number 1, we got one diagram. Let me show you this diagram first. Okay. Okay, class, can you have a table 1.1? 1.1. Okay, so you see, there will be, you see the 89 and 121 citta at a glance. Meaning to say that in order to answer the question 89 and 121, we have to go back to the table 1.1. Okay, so how come we get 89? The reason is because you see, class, Mande citta is totally 81. See or not? Mande citta is the calculation by adding up all the sense sphere citta 54, the 5 material sphere citta 15, the immaterial spheres citta 12. So we get the number of 81. Okay, then there will be another 8, right? So to add up become 89. So the other 8 is come from here, you see, supra mande citta 4, supra resultant citta 4. So we get an 8. So the 8 add together with the 81, we got 89. If you follow, please raise your hand. If you follow, how about junta? Do you follow junta?
Yeah, get it.
Yes, you follow. Okay, okay, next. Okay, then how do we get number 121? We get 121 is you see, class, we stop the calculation here 81. Okay, so we don't add here. But from here, we got the two options. Either we get supramante citta 8 or we get the 40. How do we get 40? 40 is a 20 plus 20. How do we get the 20? The 20 meaning to say that, you see, path of the stream entry, it could be 5 because we get the 5 level of the jhana. So the first jhana can attain the path of the stream entry. Second jhana can attain to the path of the stream entry. The third jhana also can, until to the fifth jhana also can. So it comes with the figure number 5. Likewise, the path of arahantship, first jhana can attain the path of arahantship, second jhana also can attain, the third jhana also can attain, and the fifth jhana also can attain. So likewise to all. So totally, we will got, because for fifth jhana, each of one can attain for this, so we get number 5. So same the calculation, we will get, because we got totally 4 path and 4 fruit, and we have 5 jhana. So every jhana we can attain all the path and also attain all the fruit. So totally we get 20. Anyone follow the 20? Please raise your hand. The 20, you get it? Elena, get it? How about Chunta? Get it? Okay, get it? Okay. Yes, okay, so we get all things already, so when we get the 20 add 20 will be 40. So the 40 add 81 will become 121. Do you get 121? Please raise your hand. Say no. It is normal because this is number 9 intake of abhidhamma already. No worry, I have the patience because the previous intake I repeat the same thing. Yeah. So in order to go back to this, I have to go back again. So you have to make sure you can follow. Please, once we transfer the merit, you have to go back again. You cannot follow. You see. So for all the just one sentence, you have to go back to previous, everything, something like that. So please, once we close the book, you have to repeat chapter 1 and chapter 2, or you cannot follow up. Get the point? Okay. So this is the example. I let you to come back. Then I give you another example again. Class, we try to go back. See. Okay, I see how. So we finished the universe. We understand all citta 89 1 to 1. Okay. So you see now we begin with the initial application. Class, okay. Where is the initial application? You see again, we have to go back to this the list of the table, the list of the table in the chapter number 2 is in the page 79, the diagram 2.1. Okay, 79 class. Let's take a look. 79. Okay, see or not? This is the initial application class. Do you follow me? Table 2.1, chapter 2. Table 2.1, we begin with the initial application. Okay. Okay, so class, once you get the table, you see we come back here. Okay, so we try to find out initial application, which one citta contain initial application. So the total will be 55 citta out of 89 possess the initial application. Okay, so this is how we understand the diagram of the 55. And then from here, the 55, actually, just now Jundat does regard something regarding this. You see, initial application, they say most rudimentary type of the citta. Okay, you see, it perform other than the 7 universe. You see, Vitaka is excluded from the citta of the elementary nature from the sublime supramande citta above the level of the first jhana. So this it will come up with the figure and appearing here. Okay, then how do we see this? Okay, let me check. There will be some numbering because we got 121 citta. So all the 121 citta have been giving the numbering. Okay, so from here the numbering we will know. Okay, so you see number 1 and number 2 we possess the initial application. So where do we get number 1 and number 12? Let me show you. Again, we have to go back to our fundamental, the list of the table. Let's see. Okay, this is chapter number 1. Okay, 82 and the 121 cetasika. Okay, we see. Let me see first unwholesome. Okay, 1 to 12. You see 1 to 12. This is the unwholesome citta. Class, you see, this is the table. Now, with the numbering 1 to 8 to 12. You see, yeah, this is the diagram. You see, root 1 to 2. Not this class, not this. Wait, let me show you. So this is the numbering it referring to. This is the numbering class. Let me show you. This is the numbering it referring to. This is the numbering. Okay, let me see how we begin from here. Okay. Okay, let's see first. 1 to 12, 89. List of the table, 89. Okay, I think class has stopped here because the English version table not as good as Chinese, because in Chinese they got somebody purposely to draw the diagram from 1 to number 1 to 121, the whole very clear picture. I think I have to find it out for you in the next lesson, so you can go through one by one, because you don't memorize it. I memorize, I do. You don't know. If you really memorize, immediately what I mentioned, you will know it already. So that's why basically for a monk, if they really want to study Abhidhamma, they have to memorize 121, the name of the citta, and 52 cetasika, with all the proximate cause, the nature, have to memorize. Then once we come to this, immediately you know it already. Okay, so I think in next, so we stop here lah. So in next lesson, I will find out the diagram for you so that slowly you can understand the meaning for the combination. Okay, okay, so that's it for the class.